So this story happened about no, no doubt, but a week ago on a Saturday in Arizona. Me and my mom would go up to Arizona very occasional because my cousin lives out in Arizona. My cousin lives with her girlfriend and her mother and her pitbull. And then we have another set of cousins out there as well. So we go to Arizona very often. So also, I mean, when we go up there, we just hang out. There's nothing special. We just hang out. Our one set of cousins had kids that their birthdays are coming up or they're real soon. So we went down there also, give them gifts. Every time we go down to Arizona, it does not matter if we don't need a single thing. We will always walk out of Costco with a shopping cart full of stuff. So me, my mom, my cousin, her mother, and her girlfriend would go to Costco. First thing when you walk through that Costco door, to the right are drones. I've always wanted a drone. I've had drones, but like small little quick fly around drones, toy drones. I want like an actual drone that has cameras, so I could record stuff and such. And, when you first walk in, they got a $70 drone. Connects to your phone, you could watch what it's going on as it's flying, it's 400 feet, it's 1080p, takes pictures, all this stuff. My mom's like, if you really want it, I'll buy it for you, be your early Christmas present. So after a minute, I was like, yes, I want it. So we buy it, we go home, I throw it on the charger, and I fall asleep. I took a nap. A little later, the cousins that have kids come over to our house, and obviously they wake me up because they're like 5-year-olds, and they are very loud. So I'm awake, we give them their gifts, spend a little time together, such, and they leave. So now it's me, my mom, my cousin, and her girlfriend. And her aunt. No, her mother. And her pitbull. So we finally, I'm like, I want to fly this drone. I want to fly it. So I asked, hey, where's the nearest park? Also, my cousin, she lives in a gated community, which is really quickly drawn by this real quick sketch. Real quick. I'm on my lunch break, and I'm like, I'll dry it right now. So, this is our home. Whee! Home right here. Home. So, I'm like, okay, where's the nearest park? And the nearest park is literally walk over here. It's like 2 minutes. Like, it's real quick. Real close by. So, me, my mom, my cousin, her pit bull, and her mother go to the park while my cousin's girlfriend's sleeping because she might possibly go to work later that night. So we go to the park. All of us are here at the park. Got the little doggy. And then me. I'm flying the drone. My drone has a automatic lift and lower function. So I could press this button on the controller, the drone will go up by itself to a certain height just to get off the ground. I could press it again and it will go down and land. So, I've had drones. I'm not the best flyer at them. But, I get the drone, I'm lifting it, lowering it, going left, going right, going up, going down, doing circles, doing all this stuff. Just basically just flying it, practicing. Well, her pitbull loves things that fly. So as I'm flying the drone, she's trying to jump and catch it. Remember, she's a big pitbull. This thing's about probably 8 to 10 foot in the sky. Her pitbull nearly jumps and catches the drone. Whatever, that's normal stuff, whatever. That goes on, that's fine. So, I'm flying around, every drone on the box it says do not fly during wind, during snow, during wind, all that good stuff. Common sense, okay. Well, it wasn't really windy out there when we went out there. So I'm flying it, we doing all this different stuff. Well, all of a sudden, my drone goes over here. And, I'm trying to bring it back. But every time I go here, and I come back, and here. My mom, she's like, hey, bring it in. It's going away from you. I'm like, I'm trying to bring it back. It just won't come back. And in, out, and out. The wind very slightly picked up. It wasn't really windy. It was just a little breeze. And I'm trying to bring it in, and it keeps flying away from me. So, on my controller, has a, grip piece to hold the phone. So my phone is right above the controller, so I could see live footage of what is happening. I'm focusing more on the drone itself rather than my phone. But I noticed my drone has an option for speed. Low speed, medium speed, or high speed. And on low speed, I'm struggling to bring it back. So I figured, hey, let me turn it up to medium speed. That must be able to help, right? So, I changed it up to medium speed. And drone, it comes to me a bit. So it's coming like, oh, it works. But all of a sudden, some wind comes, and the drone goes, whee! So now the drone goes flying away, and it's over here above some houses. This is all housing. All of this is housing. Houses. This is all houses. And you hear a dog over here bark, you hear a dog over here bark, dog over here, and dog over here bark. Because the drone flew in the path, the dogs started barking in order because they see it and they hear it, and so they're all barking. Whoops. So we run to these houses, a group of us, we run to these houses, trying to look at the drone that's over here. And, she's saying, well, bring it back. And I can't. Wind had it. It was not coming back. My cousin, with her pit bull, run all the way around the block to try to look at the drone and catch it. And stare at it. Remember, it's up in the sky. It's a dot, pretty much. It's just a dot in the sky. So while my parents are yelling, bring it back, hurry, try to bring it back. People come out of the housing, they're staring at us like, what is going on? So we're out in the middle of the street. My mom's trying to yell at me, bring the drone back, and got people staring at us like, okay, these people are whack jobs. Whatever. Anyways, the drone's still over here. Oh, I deleted too much. The drone is still over here, flying around. That's my cousin. Flying around, just hovering here. I'm trying to move it, see where it moves, so I can know what direction it's facing. I don't know if it's facing us, if it's facing away. I don't know which way it's facing. So I'll move it. Okay, that's not doing it's moving this way. Let me move it this way, try to make it face us. So finally, I think the drone is facing us and moves forward a bit. So I'm like, okay, let me bring it towards me now. Well, I bring it towards me, and all of a sudden the drone goes, whee! Again. It completely flies away. At this point, it's gone. I cannot see it in the sky. It's gone. It's nowhere. So we all run over to here to try to catch up with my cousin and look for it. She's calling like, hey, did you find it? No. Can you see in the sky? Because, I'm younger than my mom and cousin's mom. So they're walking. They're just walking. I ran. I'm trying to look for it. Right here is a house and fence divider. Because this is another complex area of gated community. So I'm looking for it. My cousin's looking for it. We don't find it. My mom comes. My cousin's mom comes. We're all together at this area in between the houses where the drone was. Now, my drone, again, gives me live footage of what's happening. So right before it went out of radius, I saw a picture of where it was. The drone, oh, that's loud. The drone looks like it was right around here, looking over here into a construction site. Because, I see a car, I see a truck, and it looks like it is right there. So my folks are running around looking for it over here. And my cousin's mom looks like a creeper. She's in the bushes, like looking through people's bushes trying to find him. Anyways, I'm like, hey, over here looks like the area where the drone looked like it was at. So we go over here. My cousin, like, was straight in the military, puts her hand out, and I put my foot on it. She boosts me over this wall. I could see. There's a car. There's the truck. This is the fence of where it's all at. I'm like, okay, it looks like the drone was around this giant. Oh, I'm gonna clean up a bit. Housing. All of this is housing. I'm like, okay. And this is where the drone was at. I'm like, it looks like the drone was right here. Drone flew away. Drone flew away. I'm like, okay, well, it might have gone over into the construction site and it's gone. I'm looking over the construction site. I don't see anything. Nothing. So I get down and we're like, well, that's that. It looks like $70 just flown away. We could try to, my cousin's like, okay, why don't we, get in the car, drive around, see if we can try to find it. And my mom's like, it might be just a lost deal. But we get in the car, we drive, we walk back to our house, get the keys, put the dog away. We get in my mom's car. We drive out onto the main street, and we go into the next gated community district, past the gates. And, we're driving past the houses. We get to this point. Right here, there's a basketball court. My cousin's mom's like, hey, how about I just get out and I look and see it? Well, my cousin's like, yeah, let's not do that yet. Let's just continue going. So we driving some more. We're driving some more. Actually, go back, fix that up a bit. We drive. Why aren't you working? We drive some more, and we turn left, and we get here. Now here are, again, all this is housing. You got some bikes, you got some kids, some more kids, some more kids, some adults. Just got a whole family out there playing. At this point, I'm like, if it landed over here, they would have taken it, they just would have kept it, it's a done deal, whatever. I thought it was over. So my cousin's like, okay, let's turn left at right here. Because this area that I'm circling looks like the area that the drone might have gone down. We turn left into this cul-de-sac, big loop. I'm like, my mom's driving, she's like, what's that thing that's in the street? Thing. It's like, that looks like a drone. We get closer. Right in the middle of the cul-de-sac, dead middle of the cul-de-sac, looking right at us. It's our drone. Dead middle, looking right at us in the cul-de-sac is my drone. And we were very, whoa. We were very shocked and surprised. That's right there. And, my mom thought, okay, drone's going to be damaged. It fell. It's going to be broken. I mean, if we find it, we return it, get a new one, whatever. Now, I don't know when I was hitting the buttons to make it go up and down, if it worked, but not only was the drone in the middle of the street staring at us in the cul-de-sac, it was perfectly on all fours. And hang on, let me clean up this area. The drone landed in the cul-de-sac perfectly on all four of its legs that it has. Landed perfect, staring right at us. Perfectly I picked it up. There was no damage to it. It looked perfectly brand new. It was still on. It connected to my phone. Camera worked great. I mean, this thing was in perfect condition. On all fours, middle of the cul-de-sac, staring right at us. And we were shocked. We thought, when the drone went down, or when the drone flew away, we thought it lost its connection and, went spiraling out of control, boom, blown up on the ground. But what it looks like is it flew away, and it just went straight down and landed on all perfect 4 legs. I don't know if, when I was hitting the button to go up and down, if it just so happened to reach it before it went out of range, but it was perfect, undamaged. I mean, maybe the teeny tiny dent on the front of it, that, you have to really look to notice it, but nothing else. And we're surprised because, there was the family right in front of, right 3 cars length away from the drone. So they must have seen it or something. We thought, they would have probably taken it or something. But nope. Right there in the middle of the cul-de-sac, undamaged, on all fours, staring right at us, not too far away from the family, was my drone. Perfect condition. It was hooked up to my phone perfect. The camera quality was just as good as it was before. For a $70 drone, that thing was priceless.